Sever your legs, media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.
I mean, the main difference for me, at least, was just the style of riding.
Mhm.
So the typical European racing, endless kilometers, like high mountains, really really long hours on the saddle.
Mhm.
Whereas in the US, it's just predominantly. I mean, there is road racing, but that's kind of dying, unfortunately, because of how expensive it is. Expensive it is to like put on road races.
Yep.
So crit racing has kind of surged. It's gravel as well too, but I haven't gotten into that yet. Um, but yeah, what I've been doing is predominantly crit racing, and it's just like Formula One on bikes essentially.
Yep.
Um, and to me, the atmosphere has just been a bit more like a party,
Yes.
so it makes just the racing experience that much more fun.
But how does that affect like your long term plan? Well, we could get into that. So the you touched on that. Like you said, gravel racing. Is that something you think you get into?
Yeah, I mean that's the hope for me for next year to balance both crit and gravel. Um, Hopefully all things like fall into place, but that's what I would like to do for next year.
So like something like Unbound is something that would be that would or the Waffle
If I
Belgium
can, I don't see
Superbike.
why not. I think
Okay.
the main race that I have on my mind in terms of gravel is the migration gravel race in Kenya. I think that
Ooh.
would be really cool to do.
I talked to the guy who writes. His name is Kenneth Carrara. I actually have an interview on my YouTube channel. He was here over the weekend for Rula Live last week, and I talked to him about the migration, and they're working really hard. So that's also one of my goals to get to that to cover that, and so who knows? We may see you there at the same time. I could do a
Yeah,
live. Hi Laura, how you doing?
yeah.
Type of thing, but anyway.
Let me catch my breath first, though.
No worries, no worries. So that basically the difference between racing in Europe is that it's just more road racing, more stage races, it's longer days in the saddle.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so
Yeah,
that's what's up. And you pointed it out perfectly. Basically, it's like the cost of putting on a road race for. And if people don't understand what it is in logistics, is because if you have a rolling enclosure for the road race in the U.S., that means you got to hire the police, close off roads, volunteers.
exactly, exactly.
It's so much more expensive in the US for some reason as opposed to over here in Europe where they just seem to be able to do it and make it happen. Even in the UK, it's really hard to get. It's only because the people in the UK hate bikes. They don't want the bikes. They don't want the roads closed off for bicyclists. So they could
Gosh,
they
that's
could care
terrible.
less. You know, even when the big stars come to do the tour of Britain, they don't care. They just want the roads open. So so but anyway, yeah, so that's the difference, folks, between racing and Europe. Like, well, Laura's from Laura's perspective, and it's pretty spot
Yeah.
on. She didn't go wrong with that. So let's get into the last topic of the day, and we are what are we 22 minutes in, so that gives
2025.
us about 8 minutes to shoot the breeze about like plans for 2025.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I'll still be with Legion for 2025, so that's something I'm really happy about.
Hmm.
Uh, and then, as I alluded to before, just a while ago, being able to introduce gravel racing to my calendar, I think that's something I could really do well at, especially with the endurance that I have.
Hmm.
Um, and I just think it just be another opportunity to have even more fun in the sport, and just to expand my horizons and like just see what else is out there, in terms of cycling, and just to explore the world while I'm at it as well. Because I mean, why not? um, yeah.
Do you know if Legion have any plans
As-
to do any races outside of the US, or the program is gonna be strictly US?
I mean, I really don't know.
Hmm.
It really just depends on the team's resources and the budget because last year they did do a race in Canada,
Hmm.
and they did do one in the UK. Um, but I don't know what for. Oh wait, I think not Legion itself, but WRD usually does a couple races in Belize because of the Belizean ties that Justin and Corey have with their parents being from there. Um, and that's usually like the 1st of January is one, and they have there's this huge race in Belize that's been going on for like years now. I think on the men's side, it's almost 100 years old.
Yeah,
For the women's side, it's going on 30 something with the cross country race.
cross country.
Um,
Yes, I
so
can't
that's
remember
usually
the name.
something that yeah, that's usually something that they have on the calendar as well,
Hmm.
and hopefully some other Caribbean races.
I know so many guys from Belize. When I was living in California, most of the guys that they used to hang out with, like they started the ride behind the shop, the little Belize crew. Did you ever meet them? Like there's a crew of Belizeans that ride in, like ride from
In where?
LA. They ride out of LA. Really, they
I mean,
really
I
pretty
met
of
a
them.
couple, but um, I met a couple, so but I really can like say
Okay,
or
yeah.
remember like
So
their names.
every year they were like talked about cross country. They were training for cross country.
Yeah,
So I heard a lot about cross country, and I know I feel like I know like I've been there or something. I've heard so much about it. So, but yes, I mean
yeah,
that would be
it's
cool.
huge. It's crazy to like see how long it's been going and like the
Hmm.
support there is there locally. Like
Yeah,
it's the biggest deal.
definitely a big deal.
Mhm.
So I got a little surprise at the bottom. So you can read if you can see the bottom. So you can see the bottom. So this is the part of the show where
Yeah.
you get to give Sandwich Ladies Media the breaking news, any inside exclusive that that might be coming up that you haven't told anybody. Or
Uh, I don't know if I'm able to like say it per se, but
no
just
pressure.
I think you'll be happy with one of the newest additions to Legion.
Okay, okay. Well, that's more than enough. That's more than enough.
Yeah,
We'll leave it
so
at that.
just stay tuned for that. I think you'll be really happy about it.
Cool. So, anything in closing? I mean, you want to shout out like Legion or Justin or anybody or just like for like just say what's up to people for the season and all the people that's help you get through the
Yeah,
season.
well, just again, thanks for having me. I mean, it's always great to like know people that are interested in hearing like of what I want to share, or at least my story in cycling as it goes as it pans out. So again, thanks for having me, and yeah, just shout out to Legion, my parents, my family, my friends, and just all the well wishers in the cycling space that want to see me do well. And yeah, thanks.
No worries, no worries. And to the Caribbean Federation, get it together because we need more ladies in the sport. And I'm hoping if this goes well, we should have better live coverage of the championships next year. And my goal is to have
I
it
believe
be
next year is going to be in Belize as well.
yeah.
They
And the
bidded
go
for it.
yeah, I heard that. I talked to Sailor, and he sort of said something to me, but he didn't want to drop it. So, but
Yeah.
like you've said it, they bidded for it. You haven't said that they got it. So it's like but that you can say that. So, but hopefully, like I said, the plan is to, next year give you guys the proper coverage, give you guys a proper media room to like get interview and talk and all that stuff. So that's the goal of Savage Legs Media, and hopefully you'll be hearing and seeing a lot more from me. And
Yeah.
like I said, just
Cool.
keep in contact with me, and like if you doing anything you think is crazy, you saw a bear on the ride or something, hey, just give me a shout, like because I'm always looking for stuff to put up. I'm gonna be just shooting up stuff nonstop. So I mean, even if you're out
Yeah, for
training
sure.
and you're doing some just training right, and you want to just share a moment or something other than your IG, just hit me up. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seven Your Legs Media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.